Have you ever thought life, when you break it all down into its parts, its constituent pieces, and you consider all of it, it doesn't make any sense at all. Consider me, right? I should be beset with problems, panicking. I should be hating it. I look out the window, or I listen to my friends, my neighbours, even people in my family. Everybody's on their knees, whinging and crying about problems, and they can't figure out their lives. Things aren't going well for them or the country. The government's a joke, the military are on their knees, other countries are arguing, we're on the edge of war, and people are worried about carbon. It's like a problem they could never solve. Theoretically, even if they could solve it, it will be solved in 1,000 years. So they're not even going to be there to see whether they've solved it or not. And after they die, the generation that follow them could just cock it all up supremely and put them all back to square one. So they're wasting their entire lives worrying about a problem that might not be real, that they can't possibly solve. And even if they do somehow miraculously solve it, the chances are someone else after they die will bugger it up and put them back to square one anyway. So it doesn't make any sense. I can't get my head round it. Why everyone is shit and having a shit life and beset with all these problems. But then I consider myself and I think, well, I'm doing great. Personally, I have no problems. The only problems I think about are other people's problems. Like, I've just written the best article that I've ever written. I'm really pleased with it. About how to be free of your addictions without spending any money, without using a Bible and a branch to beat yourself with, or spending thousands of pounds on expensive doctors, with no therapist, with nothing but your own mind and your own passion for life. So I'm really happy. I've got no addictions. I've got no crime in my life. No bad friends. All my friends are good. My family I'm getting on okay with. We're doing well. I mean, my principal problem is how do I look my best next week when I go out to dinner with my dad for his birthday and I want to flirt with a fit waitress. That's literally it. That's the top priority problem in my life. Column of problems, that's the one in there. Oh yeah, and I need to buy a memory card for my Raspberry Pi project. That's it. But it doesn't make any sense to me. I've done nothing to deserve to be at the top of the pile and be so pleased with my own performance in comparison to everybody else's failing, miserable, sad little lives. By their own admission. And I look at them and I see them crying and really sad and upset and I feel for them. But I can't feel too bad because most of the shit that they're into is their own fault and the problems are staring them in the face and they're just not able to take those problems on and practically solve their problems. So I don't understand it. Is it God? Is it because I'm a good Christian? It can't be that. I'm 43 years old nearly, and I've never ever thought that that was the way that life worked. Even since I became a really committed Christian, it just never made sense to me that just having faith in God and being a good, simple man was the way to have a great, happy, fantastic life with barely any problems in it. No debts, loads of money, everything you want, safety, peace and happiness. But it just seems to be working out that way. So is that the answer to it? I mean, I've done the bare minimum. Literally the stock bare minimum that you can do to be a good Christian, a nice guy and a friendly, decent dude. I do the bare minimum. But that's landed me at the very top of the pile of the people I know, certainly in my life, and the people I can see online. And people I see who put tons of effort and resources and time and money into their goals, only just scrape the odd victory here or there, and they go home and can't sleep because they're too stressed or depressed or beset with spite and hate and anger, and their lives are shit. Someone please explain this to me. I just don't get it at all. That's why I'm making this video. I cannot explain this. It's like a miracle of life. I just don't get it. Somebody please sit me down on a stool and say, son, this is how it works. This is why life is going well for you, while it's not going well for anybody else seemingly. Like, you show me another person on this whole planet who can speak of their own life with such joy and ease. Like, you show me one person who can say no addictions, no crime, no debts, money in their pocket, a nice warm house with a full fridge full of life and stuff that they want, ambitions and plans and life going well, family that's getting on well with, a love interest possibly who's fit, and the biggest problem is, what do I wear? That's it. I just don't get it. So I guess the conclusion of the video is this. Because I was at rock bottom not so long ago, and I was absolutely beset by problems myself and depressed, and I was thinking the world's terrible, how is it so bad? This is the conclusion, and you should really take this on board and listen to this if you're having a tough time in your life. No matter how low you go when you hit that rock bottom, no matter the depths of misery that you sink to, you can climb right back up to the very top and have everything you ever wanted, all the money in the world, all the stuff in the world, a great happy life, friends, family, and a love interest, without doing anything. All you need to do is hit that bare minimum level of decency and proactive moral good behaviour. You don't even have to be a Christian. I was doing this before I realised God was real, before I became a Christian, when I was a gobby atheist, lefty libtard vegan activist. But I was doing it in the same way that I do life now. That's the thing. It hasn't changed me at all to switch sides on the political spectrum. I'm doing all the same things. It's other people who have moved the goalposts. So I'm now considered a, right-leaning conservative, whereas before I was a liberal lefty. Socialist. But I'm the same guy. That's what I'm trying to say to you. I'm the same guy doing the same things with the same ethics, the same morals, everything. I'm just more successful, and I'm just having a better time because the goalposts moved. Somebody else moved them for me. So yeah, just keep in mind, however stressful your life is, whatever panicked, hateful messages you see online, whatever propaganda comes out to scare you into changing your views, don't have any of it. Stick with your views. If you're right and you're good and moral and you know that, no matter who says what to you to try and convince you out of it, no matter what bleating arseholes on the BBC or on the radio or on the TV try to guilt trip you and make you feel like you're bad, you're mad and you're undeserving, you need to cut down on your carbon or some other nonsense, just don't listen to it. Just realise, if you commit to yourself and your ambitions, and you live life in a good way, in a moral way, you'll end up at the top of the pile. Everyone else will fall away and end up crying into their spilt milk on the floor with nothing, in debt, hating every minute, in misery. And you won't have to care. You'll be up here surfing the top of the pile joyfully and without friction. The most easy life, the path of least resistance all the way to the top, requires very little effort, very little spending, very little anything. Like I say, you just need to be cool, good, nice, relaxed, tolerant, patient, and Christian. You don't even have to be a Christian, just have that moral set of good and nice and tolerant and all the rest of it, and loving, and you'll do fine. So that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed that and that you are having a great day and a nice, joyful, easy, frictionless life. And if you're not, well, there you go. That's how to do it. Drop everything and just be cool, nice, tolerant, patient, and moral. Someone just beeped outside. Chill out, mate. You'll be fine. That's it. I've cracked it. Even though I don't understand how I've cracked it, I obviously have. I'm sat here with the life that's cracked. So all my ducks are in a row. Bang. One bullet takes a lot of them down. But I love ducks. I'm not going to do that. So anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you're having a great time and you really understood the message that I'm trying to give you, which is this. I'll say it one more time. Life is stressful and hard and difficult and beset by problems, but you don't have to have any of those in your life. Just sail for the stars, baby. Be cool, be good, and you will get there, and it will be easy, and you'll have a great fucking time. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. I don't understand it, but it seems to be how it works. You can be bigger than the world's problems and make your life easy and happy. All you've got to do is believe, baby, in yourself. Have a little bit of faith in yourself and you will do fine.